Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to yet another season of Starcraft. Let's coming continue over the ASL trade. It's gonna be ASL season 20 round of 16 and Group C underway. I hope for some more exotic animals, just like Bessus' queen, just like Bessus' who's the other guy? BTS in that previous group that was insane. This time we're going to be having very strong players. Snow Shop will start the race, and then afterwards we will have Jaedong versus Mini, I believe. Very strong players coming onto the scene here, at least by names they are very strong. So let's see what kind of crazy stuff we have, and this is going to be a very nice group because we have 3 different races. It's not going to be that many mirror matches, although we might still have PvP, but that's fine. It is the least annoying mirror matchup. A lot of people in the crowd cheering for Sharp. Interesting. I always wonder if these girls stay after their favorite player lose. I mean, I don't know about Soki's fan. Do they leave after Soki's lost the game? I don't know. You might as well stay because you paid a lot of money, right, to actually be in the studio. So anyway, so the first map is going to be Knockout. This will be the same map the entire round of 16. There are some white guys in the crowd. Who are they? They're gonna be cheering for Snow. I think there's a lot of foreigners who love Snow. That's right. I don't know why, but the Korean scene, they don't they don't love Snow as much as some of the players. Sharp is very popular in Korea. So we shall see. Anyways, let me just quickly show you some interesting stuff so you can actually take a look at that. So first of all, this is going to be the updated map stats. So for Terran versus Protoss, this is what it is. And the map is going to be Knockout. There's the map. This map is picked because it's the most balanced map, and all for good reasons. You can take a look at the stats right now. Knockout is 55.3% for Protoss versus Terran, and this is the least balanced in the 3 matchups. The other 2 matchups are nearly 50%. It's nearly super balanced. So this is why this map is big. But anyways, these 2 guys are spawning very close to each other, coming out for early scout from both of the players, and both of them are going to be scouting in the wrong direction. So already we have a little bit of a macro oriented, and all this probe is going to come around. So I guess it is going to be Snow has got a slight advantage here. Let's see, it looks like Snow is going to open directly into Dragoon. He will skip the Zealot. If it's going to be Protoss, I understand a little bit the build. If it's about Zerg or Terran, I don't know anything about that, Jon Snow. So I apologize in advance. But anyway, Snow is going to come out and he's going to find some information here. By the way, before the game gets set up, let me maybe show you some quick information because I think everyone's very much interested in that. So let's pull out Snow's player card. So you can take a look. This is Snow's player card. Where is it exactly? There it is, Snow's player card. His name is Jang Yoon Jul. I'll just allow you to actually take a look at his information, there a little bit, as well as his photo. He's a very tall guy. Quick expansion coming out from Snow, and that is going to get completely scouted. I think very nice elo scores last year on average, and very high elo score this year on average as well. 1421, super insane result here from Snow. And as for Sharp, let me just quickly pull out his player card so you actually have an information. This is his photo there. This is his most famous photo, the SCV Wolfball. Very nicely. Oh my god, he clicked the whatever, he clicked on the Dragoon a little bit too slowly, or maybe too fast. And then he's gonna be losing that. Now the SV is gonna get sniped. Anyways, Sharp's information is gonna get pulled out, so you actually can take a look at that. He's a bit of a lesser known player, right? Jo Ki-suk is his name, and born in 1992, 180 centimeters tall, and he used to play for Samsung Khan together with a bunch of other players, Stork and Firebat Hero, etc. And now he plays for NZU. This is a clan, or not really a clan, but a Starcraft university. Anyways, the Marines gonna have to be very careful here on the map. Knockout. You see this low ground right here. It's very hard to maneuver that. Looks like the Vulture is gonna come around. Dragoon has crossed this middle area, and 1 Marine has been sniped. We might. Oh my god, this would change the fate of the game. The first Vulture will start to take some hits here. There's gonna be the robots coming on. This probe is not yet getting sniped. The other probe's gonna have to come around, and looks like it's gonna try to surround. It's gonna be able to get 1 more probe. That was very close to getting things destroyed here. And the first mistake for Snow. By the way, on this map, both players have the the incentive to go for quick drops, because you can actually access the other guy's main base very easily. But it is going to be Sharp who's got the informational advantage. As you can see, he already saw the robo, but his command center is a little bit delayed. So we shall see, if that is going to be consequential or not. I will go ahead and announce you some stuff. I'm going to read out what people are saying in the live report thread to see who they're going to be cheering for on this time. So Rogue the Goat says, I'm rooting for whoever has the guts not to veto Roaring Currents. Nobody would like to play on Roaring Current. We will have to wait until the quarterfinals for us to actually see that map get used, unfortunately. What is this? Rodeo Bob says this group is absolutely brutal. That's right, no kidding. JD's ZVP is looking great. And then probably Snow will come second. I think his PvT and PvP is a little bit above Sharps and Mini. Okay, but any results are not surprising at all. Sabu from US says, what a hype group, hoping to see Snow and Mini to make it through. I think both of their levels are well ahead of Jaedong. Actually, I will show you. Mini is not doing really well these days, so I don't count on Mini getting out of this group alive. Prototype from Canada says, regardless of the group, I just hope that winners will be able to witness this group. Excuse me, I think we're all winners to be able to witness this group. And IFU Pauline from France, bonjour monsieur, he says, let's go Jaedong. Let's see what else. Who else is cheering for? Oldrich from Belgium says, I can't contain my help. Jaedong and Mini advancing. Okay, interesting. And Jaedong has been, of course, very strong. And Zograta says, I'm hyped for Jaedong. Okay, great. Dark Plasma Ball from US says, go Jaedong. And who else is saying what here? I am not so sure. But anyways, let's get back to this game. We're going to be having the river opening from Snow. And from the other side of the map, is Sharp pushing? It would be insane to push right now. I don't think he is. Snow's got the river. Once he's got the river like this, especially this map, you have this high ground advantage. That is not really, okay, I guess it's buildable. Some of it is buildable. But anyways, the Shadow is going to move across the map here. And this early expansion shows that Snow is very confident because it's so close to the Terran's expansion here. And he's going to try to go in. Let's see what is the vision from Sharp. Normally, when I've cast this game from a replay, I will show the vision of the defending player. Looks like the mine is dead to spot. The Dragoon gets picked up at just the right moment. Nicely done from Snow. And this is just buying some time. Does he even have a Reaver inside? I think he does. He's got to have a Reaver inside. And the fact that he opens Dragoons instead of double Zealot means that this is a defensive posture, possibly just trying to buy time for his new base to come up. There's going to be another Dragoon, and once again, insane result. But this time around, Snow is not able to attack correctly here. I think this is just a feint. Now Probe's going to get saturated, and maybe Sharply to understand that he has kind of lost the opportunity to push out here and punish Snow. And Snow, that's right, King Snow. Snow is going to have 4 Gateway pumping full of Dragoons very soon, and possibly with some Zealot. Reaver's going to try to check it back, and of course this is... Wait, does it have a Reaver inside? I'm sorry, I was reading something else while this is happening. Maybe it doesn't have a Reaver inside, but I think he does. I mean, he built a robotic support base, so he has to have a Reaver inside, right? Anyways, the game is gonna move on here into the mid game. 8-minute amount of game. Snow's got 83. Supply Sharp has got 73. There's a Reaver just to block the front. It's gonna go in once again just to make sure that units are staying inside here. The Reaver takes some shots though, damaging one Vultures and sniping the other. This other Vulture will get very damaged, but not yet fully destroyed. And Snow, I think, is doing quite well in terms of, you know, economy and kind of tempo here. 92 supply for Snow. Sharp at 73. And now I'm going to show you exactly why I think Mini will possibly not get out of this group alive. I'm just going to quickly show you the ELO stats this week. So just give me a second. I'm just going to pull it up really quickly. There is the ELO stats. And look at the surprising results. Everyone on this top 10 list today are either Terran or Protoss. Have you ever seen this? Especially with the KCM results so far, where Zerg is just completely trouncing everyone else. It's so surprising to see this result, but this is real. I've checked it recently. Anyways, Shut Up with Speed has kicked in. There's going to be some nice attack, and looks like Snow pulls back at just the right moment, but Sharp is going to be feeling very scared about this here. Snow is just like toy with him, trying to buy some time and toy with his enemy here. Anyways, looks like this week Mini's Elo scores very low, 1188. Jaedong and Sharp and Snow are about the same. There's going to be a nice attack. The Zealot will be buying something. Reaver gets targeted about. Nice hit by the tank, but he gets one Reaver shot, and Snow is going to be losing. That was about a nice mind drag there, but looks like Sharp is going to move out now. Fine, and that was very solid play from Sharp. That Observer need to be getting rid of at some point in the future. But for now, Snow is going to be going to Stargate. Is this Stargate with Templar Archives or Stargate with the fleet vacant? I don't know. We shall see in the future. One Observer gets sniped, and the Observer is going to try to run away. Some Vultures get shot in the middle. They would take some hits, and I guess there's a mine explosion. Insane mine, but it was not able to actually attack any any dragoons. So that is going to be the end of that. Snow is going to be coming up to Zelle with leg. He's going to load up some more Zelle, and Sharp is playing way too passively. I don't blame Sharp. Sharp needs to be playing very, very passive because Snow is a god of Temptoss strategy. His Shadow and Reaver and of course Zealot and High Tempest Control is out of this world. And currently today, as I've just quickly shown to you, Snow is also very, very high up in the ELO ranking. He is number 9, where I guess Sharp is a little bit higher as well, 1362. Let me just quickly show you the win rates. Do I have the win rates? No, I don't have the win rates, so I guess maybe I have the win rate somewhere else. There it is. Oh my god, some Vulture's gonna walk through. The Dragoons are glitching up badly here. The probes need to go to work. And looks like there's gonna be a mind drag, but nice lot. Okay, that's gonna be a nice lot pullback by Snow here. So in terms of win rate in the last 30 days, Snow against Terran is 80% win rate, insane win rate out of 15 games, and Sharp against Protoss only 50-56. So there it is going to be Reaver built. Of course, very, very classical. We all like classical play sometimes, and it's very, very reminiscent because of course we don't actually have Stork in the race. Stork is of course the king of carriers, but this time around he's not going to be going for that, and behind this information advantage is key, and actually Snow is trying very much to hide it, the fact that he's got a bunch of carriers behind this. More Vultures going to try to come through, but one Reaver blocking nicely here. More Vultures going to come out, but it's going to get destroyed, and Snow has expanded nicely. His triple Reaver will be having some nice control. Cannons coming down, and this fourth base is going to get saturated. Of course, Snow need to be very, very careful. Goliath's actually quite numerous on the field. There's gonna be a nice Reaver. No, that's gonna be a nice Mind Drag, but it was not meant to be. That's a lot of Goliaths, and Sharp possibly has not scanned the main base of Snow. I don't know. He's got, of course, he's got scanners, but maybe he has not yet scanned. Anyways, more Vultures gonna try to attack against this brand new base here. There's an Observer here to spot, or that's going to be a Dragoon. Probes to get sent at some point in the future. These two Vultures would try to take some attacks, and Snow is going to try to come across and clear some mines. These areas are very, very difficult to defend. Looks like Snow has, Sharp has with some turrets all the way backside. Some Vultures coming out here, and there's going to be a little bit of a mine drag. Okay, right, just trying to clear the area. And that Vulture is going to get attacked. Maybe Snow is actually not trying to attack, and you can see Sharp is not seeing this build from Snow. It's very rare. I don't think we saw any carrier build in the entire ASL, before, the prelims, maybe we saw the carrier build, but, after the prelims, I don't think I've seen any carrier build. I don't think so. So, of course, this is very, very rare, and there's going to be another expansion, but that minefield is going to be very annoying. More Vultures going to try to trap and catch the probe. Where's the probe? I think it's going to come down, but there's already a Vulture waiting on the high ground. There's a mine right there. He's going to be super careful. This probe will fall, and there's going to be a few more mine explosion, but the first carriers have streamers up, and Snow is actually not so interested. Oh my god, the second Stargate has been revealed. So maybe Sharp need to actually do a push right now. He's got enough Goliaths. I think he was kind of nervous against Temptoss strategy. This is why he's building a lot of Goliaths, and that has turned out to help him a lot here. But he need to push right now and punish the Protoss player. There's going to be another nice attack against Observer. Observer falls for the trade of a single Goliath. No. That Goliath is going to try to make it better. 176 supply for Snow. Sharp 159. Very, very nice tight game between these two players. And two carriers are out. We have the second fleet vacant in the making here. No Templar Archive. Just to the Vadun. And of course, Sharp is gonna maybe waiting for his upgrade. He's got his +1. I think he's got his +1 armor. No +1 armor, just +1 weapons. And the Goliaths are looking to expand here. Very nice Observer positioning. You can see this Observer is not on this high ground, so it's actually very, very not natural for Sharp to actually, scan the outer ridge here. And Observer can see his forces moving across the map. He's trying to clear, what is this? He's trying to clear some of his supply, but it's gonna be a nice Reaver getting sniped here, but Snow picks up some of his forces at just the right moment. He's gonna try to attack. It's very surprising. I thought Sharp is gonna expect Temptoss strategy, but Snow is going to be going for very classical build, and a Nexus gets planted on the high ground here. Observer is so nicely placed. Another nice shot is going to get the attack. It looks like Snow is going to attack. He would try to get at least one Reaver, one tank. No, he doesn't get any tanks at all. The Goliath's got to focus his attention on the Shadow, about to go for the shots here, but not able to do so. Sharp 189 supply, some very, very tense movement, but Snow is just trying to buy some time. He would take a few more shots and leave with all of his Reavers back. One tank is going to get attacked. Great Reaver shot will pick up everything. The Goliath's actually very far from the battlefield. The Goliaths need to charge on and snipe the Shadow. Maybe Sharp is not so confident in his ability to snipe the Shadow here. A player like Light would be just coming forward with some Goliaths and trying to snipe the Shadow as quickly as possible, but now we have 4 carriers, so I feel like this might be the beginning of the end here. The carriers, of course, the upgrades are not so great. Maybe just +1 weapons and that's it. And they don't have the what is it, the interceptor upgrade maybe at the dome. So anyways, that's gonna be a problem. But the tanks have reached this, but there's gonna be Zealot on the high ground. There's gonna be a lot of splash damage there. Not enough Goliath and free target practice for the carries. Don't even need to attack the pylon, just attack the tanks because the interceptors will come out naturally. Where are the Reavers? They're double Reavers. They're very, very far away from the tank. So they're going to be able to actually shell all of those vultures, but now the Goliaths get on the high ground. Probes have been evacuated. This is, of course, nice trade for Snow. This is exactly what I expected. What a nice Reaver shot attacking everything here. And he's going to back up here. These natural pylons and what, Nexus will be buying so much time. The Reaver is going to be so damaged, but they're still alive. Of course, Snow loves this. He loves trading and trading and trading. And this base will fall, but that's fine because all of the probes have been evacuated. The Goliaths cannot get within reach of the carriers. They will back up and Snow will cede this high ground to the enemy. Sharp need to expand to another base. He's going to try to go to the 12 o'clock position, but behind this, he's going to try to create a nice attack here. Cannons are trying to buy some time. There's going to be a small attack on this side of the map. The 5 carriers will arrive. There are no Goliaths here, so all of these tanks will fall. There's still cannons on the high ground waiting to buy time. The carriers have arrived, and there are no enough Goliaths. So free meal, free lunch here. 6 or 7 tanks completely freely gifted by Sharp to Snow. The Goliaths are way too far back, and there are going to be just 3 more tanks remaining. That is going to be the end of this attack. This base will live for sure because Goliaths cannot get on the high ground by themselves. But now we're going to be having more tanks on the backside, and maybe Snow needs to think about evacuating his probes by air. Maybe that would be a great idea. Anyways, the first cannon has fallen, but the second cannon will be alive for a long time. And Sharp is going to be forced to just, reposition his tanks, and that will be very painstaking here. Looks like there's going to be some Reaver on the high ground, and Snow is slowly trying to secure this base by ground. He plays 2 Reavers. Goliath needs to pay attention to the shuttle. He didn't snipe the shuttle, and now this base will be alive for a long time. The carrier's going to jump around, but it looks like there's going to be mistakes. Snow is not attacking correctly here. He will pull back. He took some hits on the shield and possibly on the health as well of those carriers, but they're still alive. But the next attack from Sharp is looking very strong. I think Snow needs to actually switch back into some of his ground army. Another base get created, and Sharp is over expanding in the entire map. This base has got the high ground to defend naturally. The Reavers are here, and I think for now Sharp might not penetrate it. He's gonna have to move back, but that is possibly a losing move because Snow will just continue to grow. His carriers will be even more and more heavily upgraded. Looks like Snow not paying attention. He might lose the first carrier of the game. He's trying to pull back hard. I think at the last minute he's able to save it. Maybe it's gonna be better to build a shield battery. I don't know why. I've never seen shield batteries used in carrier build for Protoss. It's just so insanely. It's so cheap. Why don't you build 1 or 2 battery? One battery is a lot. It's still very, very good, and it just buy a lot of time. Every day is +2 weapons and +1 weapons for the carriers, and the Goliaths have +2 weapons and +2 armor. Anyways, the Reavers, of course, are doing some great shot here. The pylons are falling fast, but it will take a long time to get here. The battles looks very, very close, but Sharp is trading poorly. He will lose 1 tank. He will lose another tank. There's still 1 tank that is able to shell the Nexus. Is it shelling the Nexus? No, it's not yet. We didn't reach the Nexus. The carrier is going to try to come out. There's going to be a counterattack against this bottom left base, and this is going to be a nice move. The carriers are, of course, very, very tightly knit, and that's going to be 8 carriers. That's going to be impossible. Nice attack against this base at the 830 position here, and looks like there's gonna be some SV just trying to repair, but looks like this Nexus finally fell. But Snow is gonna remake his Nexus very, very soon here at some point. Looks like that base is gonna get coming out, and looks like Sharp's gonna back up his supply wise. Snow 181 and Sharp 169. Some nice new bases coming out the bottom left, completely spotted by Snow, though Snow is disrupting Sharp's economy by the least amount of methods. And very nice game to start today's match day. Amazing results so far. 90 minutes of gameplay, and we're not still very, very sure who's going to be the win, but I think that Snow has got a very nice chance here. Sharp, of course, will have to fight hard to win this game. The Reaver coming out, and once again, Sharp not trying very hard to snipe the Shadow. He needs to forget about the Reavers and snipe the Shadow. But I guess Snow says, you know what, I will give you those 3 Reavers and the Shadow as well. I will remake more forces from the main. And now his upgrades will be coming up to 3-3. Once the carriers up 3-3, it's going to be very, very tough to fight. The observers will need to trail the carriers now. I think now Snow has got, 8 + 3, 11 carriers. Very, very strong. So maybe it's going to be the moment for me to start to thank some of my fans whose support I could not live with in the last few days. Their names going to be mentioned in the video description. So thank you, Mr. McDonaldo. Thank you, Mr. Nolasco. Thank you, Thomas. You're my biggest fan, or rather, I'm your biggest fan. I love you so much. Thank you, Mr. Alexander W. This is his name. Thank you, Mr. Chen. You're leaving so many comments on my channel. Mr. John from Sweden. What's going on, Mr. JW? Nothing to say to you because you forbid me to say anything. Mr. McDonald. Hello, bro. What's going on? Nice comments. Mr. Nolasco. Muchos gracias. What's going on? Mr. C. Goblin. Are you alive? I guess you're still alive, but sometimes you're dead. And Mr. Spider-Mind. Nothing to say to you. Mr. Peter from Poland, nice addition to the crew. Thank you very much. And last but not least, the VIP winner of this week, or maybe this entire month, is going to be this person right here. Some nice attack in the middle of the map. There he is. No, excuse me, that's not him. This is going to be Mr. That's right, Mr. What is it? Thomas. He is speaking Dutch, so if you wonder what Dutch looks like, that is him. Thank you very much for supporting the last day. Let me remind you, this entire video, you did not have to watch any ads. So enjoy some nice ASL games from Namkraft without any ads. Thanks for watching. I guess the game will possibly end soon because Snow is completely kicking Sharp's butt. I think so. There's going to be some small engagement. Of course, this is for my army control here from Snow, but his upgrade are going to be looking very strong. I think he lost one carrier there. He might lose another one very, very soon, but no, those carriers will back up. I mean, make a battery on the high ground, for God's sake. It's only 100 minerals, and you have 1,800 minerals. There's going to be a shuttle coming towards the left side here. And for the timing, looks like Snow is abusing knockout very nicely. He knows that those high ground is going to provide some nice coverage. The shuttle has possibly got high temperatures. What is he dropping? He is just leaving his shuttle there. There it is. There is going to be a nice some Goliaths to support, and the shuttle is going to get pushed back here. Of course, you know, a carrier build costs money still. It's not free. It's not like Templar strategy when it's, you know, and there we will have, speak of the devil, there's the devil. But, you know, carriers build cost a lot of money as well. And if you're not able to trade effectively, you will lose. But usually you trade effectively because, you know, when you have 12 carriers, it's impossible. Things will just completely get obliterated. They will completely get disintegrated in 1 second. Anyways, there's gonna be some nice attacks here. We're gonna have 3-3. Nice carriers have, I think, what's it, 2-2 or 3-3? Something like that. I would check. There it is. 2, maybe 2-2. No shield battery upgrade though. There's gonna be some nice attack, and now Snow is gonna try to gain the high ground advantage. This is gonna be a critical battle of the game. Here's Zelle coming out for some nice splash damage. The Goliaths actually not getting on high ground. They're gonna try to chase the carriers, but they're gonna be very, very careful. There's a lot of intercepts. Look at how quickly those intercepts have come out and how much they are grouped up nicely together. Attack has exploded, completely disintegrated. It's like that movie. What is that movie? Where, I don't know, some zombie or some vampire gets exposed to the sun, and in a matter of seconds, his skins and flesh and bone like just completely vanished, and only skeleton remained. That's basically what happened when those carriers intercepted touch you. Anyways, 4 high temperatures on the high ground. There's gonna be some nice vultures attack here, but 2 Archons getting morphed. Why is he morphing Archons? I guess he feels not too safe walking around with 4 high temperatures. But anyways, now these carriers are trading very, very nicely. The map has been completely split into half, and this kind of build will favor Snow. It will favor Snow here. Let's see, he's gonna try to expand, and now Snow has got how many bases? Let's do a quick base check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases for Terran, for Protoss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Terran, and the carriers will come, and as you can see how quickly those turrets fall. In less than 1 second, each turret falls. This is very, very quickly. The turrets are trying to target one of the weak carriers. Nicely done. That was a mistake by Snow to move too close to the turrets, and that's going to be commands that are getting falling here. But is going to try to pull back in. The Goliaths are trying to chase it. He will get 1 more carriers. So only 7 carriers remaining. Not bad on Observer in the right position here. It looks like there's going to be more carriers coming out, but I think Snow might need to switch back to his usual build, his favorite build, which is Temptoss, because why? He's very comfortable with that, and another reason is that he's got so much gas. He's got how many geysers? He's got like 6 geysers. No, maybe 5 geysers. I guess that's not enough. I mean, on this map, you don't have that many geysers. Anyways, the shuttle comes in with possibly some Zealot just to drag them onto the turret. Okay, 1 Archon. There's a tank though to take some shots, and then the Reaver will land. The shuttle's gonna get sniped. The carrier's gonna try to attack here. The first unit's gonna get destroyed. The Reaver go. No! Oh my god, the Shadow and the Reaver get sniped. Nicely done by Sharp, and a little bit careless here from Snow. Snow need to think about his brand new base. He's got a brand new base here on the high ground. He's not saturating with anything else, but for now his carriers are doing good attacks. And of course, I think Snow is also being a little bit too careful. Both the players are being very, very careful. There is some probes. You know, if I was Snow, I would send some probes to that base and mind the other base a little bit less and that base a bit more. Some engagement on this other side of the map, and that mine drag is completely key there, killing several units. Zealot and damaging the Archon as well. Sharp is no schlop. He is very solid. He is one of the finalists in ASL, right, in several seasons ago. And of course, this last season he was not allowed to get, seeded because he was not one of the top four finishers. But he's still a very strong player. And I think at some point, Sharp need to come out. I mean, not of the closet, but he need to come out where he's hiding and try to take the game onto Snow, because if he just plays like this, Snow will just eat up the map and doing a lot. Look at this. There are only 8 carriers. There need to be more areas, so there's going to be 10 carriers, and looks like Snow has been doing the right thing. He's not only making carriers, he's making some high templars, which are very nice trading units. And looks like there's going to be a major battles in the center. The carriers need to back up. One of the carriers is very damaged. And the Goliaths are going to try to target one of the weak carriers. Zelle's going to try to come around here. Nice battles in the center. Goliaths are trying to run for the carriers. Looks like the run is unstable. It's going to be 3 hydras. It looks like the Chinese don't have energy upgrades, so each of them can only have 2 slots maximum. There's a single Dark Terran in the middle. It's got sniper ready. Some Goliaths are going to try to trade the carriers. And the last bit, Snow's going to proceed safely to this high ground and try to hide here. And this high ground is heaven for Protoss, because no vision advantage for Terran here. Observers spotting very nicely. Some nice attack once again. And it's going to be a Goliath from the top side that's going to get sniped here. This Nexus will fall, possibly, I don't know. Supplies, well, of course, both of these are nearly maxed out. This tank is slowly chipping away at the Nexus. Nice scan. So it's going to pull back. This angle is so hard for the Goliaths. He cannot reach them. They're too fat and clumsy. But 4 times on the high ground, this side is going to start to shell this Nexus together, whatever units is inside. But Snow can hide behind this ridge and just take out the tanks one by one. The Archon buying some time here by taking some shots from the Goliaths as well as the tank. The Nexus comes online, but these tanks are still shutting it very nicely here. Snow can cast a storm from this high table, but he's not able to see it right now. Maybe he doesn't have energy. I'm not so sure. But anyways, looks like this base will fall and Snow is going to back up. Sharp has done a phenomenal job. He's done an insane job. But of course, Snow is trading like a sorry, I don't mean to say. He's trading like a goddamn Jew. He's so what is the word here? I'm not gonna say any negative word because you're gonna completely like desubscribe me. But he's very smart. He's very calculative and he's very manipulative. He's like a banker. He's like takes low interest, but it will last a long time, and over time that interest will just pile up and just completely eat your goddamn account alive, which is basically what is happening to my bank account right now. Freaking goddamn credit card payments. But if you want to support my credit card, what is it, the salvation journey, if you buy me coffee, just $1 help, $2 help, but don't send me $1, in a one-time payment. Send me repeated $1. You set up a repayment, repayments options, with your PayPal or Zelle or whatever, Revolut account. You can do a a repeating payment, right? $1 every month is very cheap. I think in your country, $1 is nothing, right? It's like a piece of vegetable, basically, not even a full vegetable. Anyways, the game is coming on very nicely. 27-minute gone in the game, and we're still not yet bored of these guys fighting. But Snow is going to be the win here. I think on paper he should win. On paper he should win when he's got these many carries. But I mean, Sharp has shown some very nice Goliath control, and I think Snow is not very comfortable with carries. I'm not so sure if it's practice, and that carries is way too close to comfort. He's going to be very careful. He's going to pull his carry back to the single hide on the high ground here. The tanks are shelling very nicely from afar. And looks like it's going to be a single Goliath, a hero Goliath, sacrificing himself to actually catch a carry, but not able to do so. Some major battles happen inside, and that Reaver takes a shot unnecessarily here. Anyways, the carry is going to pull back. The Reaver is going to get sniped. The carry is going to have to run like crazy. How many carries do we have now? I think 11 carriers. The Goliaths are going to be attacking from the low ground, and I think Snow's going to put Sharp back. Sharp is behind by about 30 supply now. I think this is a tipping point, and the Goliaths can do a nice fight back. One tank sitting on the right side get evaporated in just a matter of a second. Goliaths are falling out fast. This might be the final moment. Those 2 tanks on the other side is saving the day. First now, the Reaver's going to try to buy some time, and the Reaver's going to get attacked, and that tank's going to fall. The Reaver takes a great shot. Look at the insane scatter damage in the middle of a group of 5 Goliaths, and now Sharp is going to be losing the game. 40 supply differential between these 2 players, and now Karis will come out and finish this left side. He's going to be careful. Don't do it like the other game. The other time in this game where he just walked too close to the turrets, and he, got one of his Nexus, one of his carry sniper next to command center falls in 3 seconds. How fast is that? How fast can you snipe a command center with 11 carries fully upgraded? 3 seconds is the answer. 1, 2, and 3. There it is, gone. The SCV trying to save them and save the command center, and of course that has bought maybe half a second to Sharp, but now Sharp is not very much mining. The carriers, of course, look at how fast, man, those carriers, those interceptors are attacking. 12 carries is no joke. One carrier's got 22 kills. I'm sure the other ones got like, 15, 17, whatever. So many Goliaths are falling, and Sharp has got enough money to buy another house. But the moment he buys it, he's gonna get just completely shut down. The house will completely get destroyed by terrorist attack by this incredible Protoss suicide jihad warrior right here named Snow, and we'll be having Snow in a winner set against God knows who, but Sharp is gonna be waiting in the loser set unless something different would change here. I don't know. I think Snow's got 6,800 minerals in the bank. The tipping point has been reached. I'm surprised it has not reached this point earlier, because Snow is losing a lot of carriers. There was, around the 20th minute mark, he was losing 1 carrier here, 2 carriers there, and it was kind of unnecessary, making the game a little bit more difficult. But otherwise, if with a little bit more perfect control, he would be not losing any carriers. But now he's reached the tipping point, and on knockout, these kind of high ground, low ground, high ground, low ground variations is just helping out a lot here. The Goliaths gonna get surrounded, not enough tanks, and Sharp is falling fast in supply. He needs to do a major attack, but he could not. Look at this, +2 shield upgrade. Who does shield upgrade for Protoss? I guess Snow does, when he's got 6,500 meters in the bank and 1,200 gas. This is possibly the final battle. Of course, Sharp is a very nice guy. He's one of those guys that you friend zone. I mean, all of you guys are men, so you don't understand what it is to friend zone somebody, but you will understand what it means to be friend zone. I mean, Sharp is one of those guys that he's just too cute and too nice for you to say no to. So he's like that. He's trying very, very hard, and Snow is not refusing outright by trying to toy with him, but slowly, but trying to tell Sharp, hey man, it's okay. It's okay to lose. You can leave the game now. You don't have. I'm not gonna snap you in the face by making like a heart full of pylons, but you probably want to leave. I mean, it's very, very obvious that you're not my league. I'm sorry. In my country, we were saying, the wind meets the cloud of the same level. Meaning that if you are a girl or a boy, you would naturally be attracted to someone of your same elevation, your same status, money, I don't know, what is it, positional in life, and family, heritage, whatever. But anyways, GG, nice games from these two guys. If you enjoyed this, fun video, like, it's gonna be in the description soon. Bye.